has been doing well as of late. Swisher and Mulbs picking things up. Reck just being his stable, steady role-playing self, getting kills in moments where he has to. And overall, M80 are playing together very well. They're getting better every game, as this is essentially as close to practice as they can get with Slacks. But here we go into the game. It is map number 2, the pick of the Evil Geniuses. M80 on the CT side, EG on the T side, and the missing player this time will be Slacks Nate, so we won't see him on the HUD.
Makes things difficult. Makes things hard, but like I said, we're riding by the seat of our pants. Not only do we have one CS2 update today, we had 2. One between map 1 and map 2 to add even more confusion to the docket. And I'm just happy there wasn't another delay for this second map. It's straight aggression towards the middle from EG. In towards donut 3 come. 2 are towards A main rather late, but Swisher's holding it down well. 1 before falling and buying a good amount of time for his teammates to rotate in. But George and Junior do put things to bed for the most part. 2 versus 3 for Reck and Mulbs, and Reck is on a paltry 11. He finds one, but Junior drops his teammate. It's just Reck. He was back towards ruins. He still is. With only a couple rounds in the mag and 2 to find, it's going to be near impossible. They're lining up, they're grouped up, and that should seal Reck's fate. Yes, it does. He's sent into a Reck, an irrecoverable one at that, and EG snag the pistol round to start things off on Ancient.
That's the necessary start on their pick for EG. They needed the round, they needed some confidence, something to build off of in a lead, more importantly. We'll see if there is going to be a force up here from M80. Does not look like it's just going to be the USPs. They'll go for a buy on round 3. Double Mac 10s, double Galil, solitary AK in the hands of Junior, who's not saving for the op. He's just going for firepower. And a mid stack from M80 with 4 players out in mid-house. With another one in Reck kind of watching very passively. I think he's got a flash being prepped. That's his job. Flash in mid, but they're just going to push down without it. They've seen no contact, and so Reck will join the party a little bit later. His flash is flown. HexT has a Molotov to just stymie this push. The nades are coming through. The flames will lick away 1. Automatic goes down to Mulbs, though, and that's a bit of an interesting one. A Galil to be recovered for the CT side. And a reasonable save there to save the Galil. It's an M4 with a slightly harder recoil.
Yes, it is. It will, for the moment, continue to go forward, to press forward, to look for exits, but I have to imagine it's going to be saved. EG is holding the site as they should. Not overextending, knowing there's next to no investment in this round. Let HexT take point with the SMG to find some damage. Same for Walco. The round is done. And those 3 remaining players that are trying to hunt will find nothing. Mulbs saves the Galil. EG snag a second. Good start for them on the T side again. M80 elected to start on the defense for Ancient. Here they have rifles on the board. That Galil saved for Mulbs, a FAMAS for Reck, Manx and Swisher on M4s. Not sure exactly what Slacks has, but if I had to guess, it's going to be a rifle of some sorts. First chance for M80 to put a round on the board besides the pistol.
Lack of a helmet, definitely an issue, and there's the Mac 10 to mow down Mulbs, who did have one of the brain buckets. Swisher there for the trade from Cave, spraying through. It's a 4v4 scenario, don't let the HUD fool you. Bomb going down is already a good start for EG, but Reck does eliminate automatic at least for now. Walco 5 HP, Reck on 3. Flames will deal with 1, and Manx is so dead there. It's just a matter of who finished him off. Swisher and Slacks into the 2v2. Now making a 1v2 as George is stuck alone around the pillar on the site. Time. An ally for him, but only briefly. Slacks spots him around the wall. And the spam will be connected. To survive for M80. It's not great for their economy, but a necessary round on the board early on. A little bit of utility to be picked up, as well as possibly some AKs. There's a response.
A response early as well. We didn't really see any early responses from EG in the first map. That's kind of what built that insurmountable lead that did them in the end. They had moments on that second half where they could have come back had the score not been so lopsided. So M80 not looking to follow in their adversaries' footsteps on Ancient. rifles for both teams. Junior has an op. He has had a decent start on this map, but can he maintain the same high level of performance with the sniper in his hands? We'll have to wait and see. He's going to pressure a main. Slacks has played this one and done spot a couple times. It has yet to really have any effect or even be spotted, so he's going to keep playing it until it is. I do like this spot. The question is, can he actually find something from it? Flashes in. Jump up. One bound. Two. Not quite, but he's done a hefty chunk of damage. Manx will finish what he started. The spam through the smoke exchanged, yet not connecting. Automatic still on a Mac 10 as well to add insult to injury. Swisher tagged but not bagged. M80. Solid lead in this round. 4 versus 3. The bomb stuck in no man's land to add insult to injury.
Reck is still holding. Junior trying to lead the charge. Utility going in. Reck will back behind the Molotov and just play a longer range angle. The boost is up for the rifle. That's HexT over top. Manx is here. Still 3 players on the B or the A site for M80. Manx keeping an eye on Donut. All 3 EG players moving through A main though, and Manx has spotted the first. That bomb blinking on the ground. Unrecoverable as of now for EG. They have to commit, and HexT deals with the first. The in-game leader removed, 3v3 level footing. But Reck is around that smoke, and he can strike for something. Mobs is there as well. Reck with 1 and 2. Swisher's yet to pop. He will have to 1v1 this against Automatic, and the lack of health for Swish makes him incredibly vulnerable to the Mac 10's bullet spray. Automatic spots him out. Swisher somehow alive. Tim has to plant, and he knows it. He's faked it. The Glock is out. Swisher's read this like a book, and it will be M80 to claim a second in a row. Swisher won't peek. He'll stay alive. But a masterclass in mind games for Swish. And M80 have tied things at 2. Parity restored early. EG now towards the bottom of their bank accounts. They might force around Automatic just to have equivalent economy. But M80, a good start despite losing the pistol round here, with an opportunity for much more if they can counter this force and keep players alive.
Need to keep players alive. That's the critical caveat. They kept 2 alive in the first victory and only 1 alive in the second. And that kind of microplay, that kind of clutch from Swisher is exactly why we call him a veteran in the CS scene. Sure, he has a lot of experience, but that kind of play on that kind of HP, doesn't panic, plays it perfectly, knows he can win without forcing the duel. Exactly what you expect to see from a player of his caliber. Duel from Reck, back calls, doesn't do much, but he stays alive, gets the information, spam back and forth, connects. Still no casualties to be seen on either side, however. That makes this a 5 versus 5, potentially chaotic retake situation for M80. Again, the goal of this round is to keep it clean. Can they do so? Swisher. Spawn. There's actually 3 players here. 2 looking to go towards ruins, 2 towards Donut, and there's a late activated flank from the IGL of Walco. HexT and George, 2 kills simultaneously in favor of the T side. Walco a third, that late flank activating, and Swisher heading for the hills is caught on the crossing. The last alive is Slacks. He meets the very same fate as his teammate did earlier. A 1D from Walco, and this is why we mentioned him in the pregame show. He is a monster individually on this map.
Oh yeah, Walco was also pretty solid for EG on Vertigo too. Just everybody on the Evil Geniuses was quiet, but Walco, he's a menace when he gets activated. And he looks to be activating now. It's nothing but pistols and armor for M80 this time, as they're on the Force Buy. Not quite the beginning of the Force Buy wars, but we can start to see the wheels turning. A little bit of cave aggression may be forced away by a well-placed Molotov. Double up towards A main. I think there's one on the boost. Yeah, I think Reck is boosted up. And Manx will back away towards B side, reading this well. Stack with numbers for the pistol rounds, and hope you can get a few kills and snowball it into a round victory. Mobs with a nice deagle shot. He'll double it up. Headshots for Mobs. And that's something he's always been good with, hitting heads with the Deeg. Swisher goes for a gun, cannot recover it, and they'll back away and play the double man advantage with nothing but the Deagle making contact.
Nothing but Mobs even making contact. That is a critical pair to find. This is where those pistols become scary, when they get that advantage, when they even snag a rifle or 2 perhaps. Things get scary. Unfortunately, there are no rifles grabbed. It's too far out there for them to safely secure. And bravo to that pair of players, Swisher and Bobs, for not overextending. I know those rifles look like they're worth the world, but they're definitely not worth the two-man advantage. Smoke in towards B. A pair of smokes, in fact. That will be a B-side play. Automatic going caves. The other two coming up the ramp. Junior inching forward. Might just get caught from Cubby. Oh, no. Mobs, he misses everything. Swisher recovers with some body spam, but Junior has an opportunity.
Good time.
10 seconds. He will get the plant. Thanks, Reck. A third on the flank. Slacks finds Junior. Automatic found by Reck on that flank, as I mentioned. That is a round stolen away by the force of M80. And again, we find ourselves at parity.
The force by wars, Nate. Is it time?
We'll see. It's not really a force buy. They have money.
Yeah. They have plenty of money on the EG side. That bomb plant bolstering it. Just how strong the T-side economy is. And I think we've seen a lot more T-sided halves in CS2 with the MR12 change. So, I don't know, it's not that force buy. It's AKs on 4, Tech 9 on 1. Utility, not even that lacking either. Swisher on an MP9. I'm not sure what Slacks has in his possession. We'll see that momentarily. I don't believe he has an op, though. Junior eats a little bit of nade damage, same with HexT. It's not really that impactful as of now. B heavy lean from EG, though, 4 towards ramp. Automatic lurking out towards A. Swisher in cave. Bulbs on site. Nade does some damage. Swisher swings. He's found 2 on the MP9. How has he gotten away with that with no trade?
Raining them. Mob's a third, while Automatic offers some resistance in the form of Manx. Automatic, Junior. 2 versus 4. Surely doesn't expect the double stack. He finds 1. Walking in, he's caught by Mobs crouching underneath the crosshair. Bomb dropped. Keep 3 alive, M80, and you have a way to balance your economy out. Automatic, though. The veteran of this team in a 1v3 spots the first, expecting Reck patiently. Well done for the first. The other two, though, have grouped up. Automatic at this point. Priorities to grab the bomb and go from there. Try to do his best with that smoke, but it fails. There's a gap in it. Slacks can see through it, but Automatic now should expect the angle. Malves misses the spray, and Automatic lives. He knows where Slacks is, sure, but can he actually get away? The answer is yes, perhaps. He doubles back, but no ammo. He reloads. Slacks hears the sound. He swings. He finds the kill. That is the most awkward duel I've seen in quite a while, but Slacks holds his nerve and finds the frag. 4-3, M80 steal away the lead.
Well, it just keeps getting worse and worse for the CT side in terms of how many people they keep alive. They're able to buy up again, and for EG, it's not even going to be a force buy, it's going to be a save, so we don't even get the force buy wars, Nate. We just get this weird sort of waffling between buy and no buy, with neither team establishing an economy. M80 at least have a bit of a lead here on the CT side. It is their stronger side on this map. Same could be said for EG when they swap over, but it's a 61% that the EG squad holds versus 58% for M80, with only a paltry 41.7 for the M80 side. That's where things get messy, is when the side swaps over. EG already have 3. Think they want 5. That would set themselves up for a nice, successful second half. Swisher with a swing, though. He's been on a tear this map. I don't know if there's going to be any stopping him right now. Manx isn't having too much impact. I haven't seen Slacks' name on the kill feed all too much, aside from that 1vx in the last round. But of course, that's the thing about M80. They've got multiple players who can show up any given Sunday and just pop off and ruin your day.
Everyone capable of taking over the server. That's the scary thing. And a lot of them are quite consistent as well. This is the first time in quite a while that I've seen Minx struggle individually. It's been rather solid throughout.
Blocking a lot of helmets, Nate. This could get messy for some below headshot.
That's what he could. Automatic in the chaos of middle finds a first. A solid start on the Minx. clock. 5 versus 4 secured. M80 in response have gotten control of Snake. Flash over with a peek from Mulbs. Awkward duel won by Hex on that Galil, as you mentioned. It could be a one-shot. It wasn't in that case. Still wins the duel. Flax in the middle, caught by a nade. Tagged down incredibly low. Everything going the way of EG at this stage. Reck finally finds one. Immediate trade. Slack's caught. Slacking. The last one. Swisher on the flank has to do it all. He found one. He's found two. Two more to find. The bomb being planted. Does he actually attempt this? A
Yes.
1v4 to a 1v2 is definitely doable. And this flank is both fast and confident. Swisher well poised to perhaps pull off a mastermind clutch.
He's already got that 1v1 versus Automatic, some big impact throughout these rounds, but Swisher is looking over to take control of this game. His flash does not go as well as he hoped. He does blind himself a little bit. Now he's going to call it quits. I don't hate that. He doesn't see anything, doesn't get anything else, does not want to risk the gun, given the economic destitution that M80 are going to be facing into the next round. So he goes for the peek, he tries a little play, and he just backs away to save. They're on the hunt, but I don't think they'll run into Swish. He's a little too far away, unless he pushes all the way up these stairs. G will not. And EG don't want to fight either. They don't have the most amount of cash in their pockets, so we're at a 5-4 scoreline here, getting to the last few rounds of this half. 3 more to go, counting the one at hand. Swisher definitely on a tear right now. I think that he could use a little bit of help from somebody else, though. They really want to take control of this map. And I'm still concerned about the T side for M80 at second half. Their results previously don't bode well for their T sides.
Historically, they do not, but one round at a time. Bias cobbled together. Swisher, a menace with the MP9. We've seen him get kills with it before, get doubles with it before in this very same map. Slower start towards middle as well. Automatic just probing with the idea. Trepidatiously stepping out. Donut. Timing's everything. He's caught in rotation. Walco spots him trying to get out. Junior takes a lot of damage, but the advantage remains, and Slacks misses the shot with the op. Gets out, spots one, does not miss the second. Looking for more, lines him up, makes instead is the one to find the kill. Slacks through the wall, finds another though. Junior on low HP, tries to do something. But on low HP, he can only do so much. Makes one, swaps to the op on low HP. It's just Hex, he's in the middle on top. Walking forward, hoping the off angle will be good enough for one, but Swisher is not committing to the duel outright. He'll fall back, happy to rest on his laurels, happy to rest with the bomb at his feet.
Time is dwindling too. Hex jumps over. Still around and fighting. Starts to push it. Bomb at the ground. Time is running out. He's got to make a play. This play is to be slain by Manx on that op. He'll drop that back to Slacks, and it's Manx time to wake up in this one. It took him a minute, but he is back in action. And Nate, M80, an opportunity still for a commanding half. They can at least get 7-5, but if they can convert 8-4, maybe they can find a way to close this one out in 2. Mac 10, P250s, block for HexT and a flash. It's anything but pretty. Might just get an opening because Slacks is soloing the A side. He's going aggro. He's flashed away. How long does he survive? The maul keeps him up, but only for a moment. He runs into Automatic. And now it's an open A site. The ops trying to solo, going aggressive against pistols. That is a recipe for disaster. And now Automatic has that op in hand. What? Okay.
Caught looking. Gorgeous turnip bat. He doesn't miss. He's familiar with the weapon. Makes, though, finds Junior elsewhere. Out. This is teammate swing across the op. Misses Smoke. Now guises the op and takes down the player on site. Smoke on the bomb. There's no outright hold for the players from Donut. And Reck will just take down Hex. George headed for the hills. The round is cemented. EG to at least find some damage and also find the op to bring into the final round. But M80 secure a 7th and have enough money to go for a solid buy in the final round of the first half.
It was a sketchy round, but a good recovery for M80. EG, though, getting that bomb down, absolutely perfect for them to get a full buy-in. AK's utility, everything they need to have success. They've set themselves up for it. They just have to convert. Nice little nifty play from Manx. He just cannot convert the spray. The right idea, but Swisher comes through and makes sure that kill is his. 4v4. Again, don't worry about the HUD, folks. Slacks is the one we don't see on the HUD, but if you look at the minimap, you'll see the 0 up in mid. That is Slacks. It's behind the 4. You'll also see him on your screen right now. But a very mid-heavy presence from M80, and they've completely abandoned B, which is a huge mistake, because we know, of course they don't, that EG are congregating for a B ramp play.
It's a group up and aggressive play. It could net 2 or even 3, depending on how the jump up goes. There's one player holding for it. HexT keeps the spot. An awkward duel for reck, and he won't stick around either. He'll just fall back. Mulbs backing up his dog, and Swisher has rotated around with the op to support at long. Swing comes through. Swisher lines up a pair, finds them both. He will not make that mistake. Junior wins the opper's duel, but Swisher is still kicking. He grabs the op for himself. Junior and HexT in a 2 versus 3, 1 in Cave. One planting the bomb, and Swisher, does he find anything? No, it's instead HexT, a pair. Reck and Mulbs dropped. Swisher low HP. He needs to do it all. He's found the first. A second required. HexT rotating around. Low HP, but a stellar performance on this match. Swisher caught from the side. 7-5 EG. Can they take their map pick? We'll see after the break.
No secrets.
Caught up in emotions, think I'm losing track. I need you to stay by my side. Feel like I'm in floating, comfortably detached. Will you stay if I lose my mind? And I want to let go. Don't let me even if I try. But I need you to know that I don't want to lose this high. You're moving closer to my heart. All we have is time now, we can push our luck. Just tell me you won't fall apart. And I want to let go.
Well, here we are, M80 Up 7-5, but going to a very difficult T side of Ancient. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips here. M80 and EG playing for one spot at ESL Challenger Atlanta to be North American talismans. And for M80, I think they would like to, especially after returning from a long stint in Europe. For EG, a lot to prove for them, as they've had a lot of qualifiers to play, but yet no qualification achieved. In comes the rush to B, and Bulbs with the opener still going towards Q, but Swisher will have to trade that one out. Walko able to find two. And that's the in-game leader doing what he does best, showing up on this map, but it's left to George for the Evil Geniuses in a 1v3, excuse me. I forgot Slacks is incognito mode.
Slacks is beyond the pale in the ethereal realm, still able to interact with us, but not able to be seen in proper form on the HUD. It's the round one, as you'd expect in the 3v1. 8-5 M80. Pivot this. As you mentioned, they struggle on the T side to get as much as you can off the back of that pistol. Get this second one, which is the force buy. From there, you should get a third, and there, or from then on, it's only 3 rounds required with the rifles in hand. Definitely doable from that stage. Just make sure that you convert this pistol round victory into something more.
Yeah, Reck's going to leave the charge out A, though. Flashed in. There still is a player on the site. They've not yet cleared him. Finally, they deal with George, the man in the smoke. And the Slacks will go automatic in the meantime. Save call already initiated by EG. It's the only reasonable response. They've lost 2. They have no way in. They've done minimal damage. They've got to call it quits. And that's going to get M80 up to 9. That's exactly what they needed to do off the pistol round, Nate, and it comes with a confident victory. However, EG will still have something to fight with in this next round.
Still some damage dealing weapons, that Scout in Junior's hands, the MP9 and Walkos, and that Deagle and HexT. Bomb will go off without a hitch. All 5 to survive unless Manx has something to say about it. He'll actually go forward and find HexT. One secured. It's a big player to find. That was one of the 2 with Kevlar. They won't force the issue either, not from the smoke. That's foolhardy, and M80 know it. Keep everybody up. Get your economy flowing quickly into the bank, into the coffers. And sit happy knowing that it's going to be only 2 weapons brought into the following round. And Junior doesn't even have Kevlar either. So unless he gets a very snappy and quick headshot / body shot and fades away, he won't be too effective in this one.
If EG find a way to win this round, they have a very nice window back in. The problem is they lose it. It's a 5-round lead for M80. They've gained double digits and they're 2 rounds away from match point. Manx will just destroy George as he charges through that smoke. And there's nobody else really here to fight at all. Malbs could get caught all alone out in middle. Walko has the MP9 trained on him, but Malbs will flick down with a little headshot delivered. Bell rung. Bomb will not be planted yet. Manx goes for more damage. And it's up to Automatic and to Junior. Junior does finish off Malbs out middle, but it's still 4 alive for M80. Will EG attempt the retake, though, is a better question. Junior might just be looking for kills, guns to find. Rex sitting on that like a hen. Does not want to surrender an extra gun over to EG, and he won't now. Nade on to Junior. Finished off by the very same man. 10-5 for M80, and a confident round victory yet again.
Confident victory. Rifles saved as well. 10-5, leading by 5, as you mentioned. That was the outcome. Junior does have the op for EG, at least going into this first rifle round, but they have a lot of ground to make up. EG have created a clear path forward for themselves. The question is, what do they want to do in this bonus? A very potent bonus. Galil's rifles back across the board. Looks like A again is going to be the call, the bread and butter play. There's nobody on A proper. One's in Donut, trying to support middle. We'll have George rotate back around, but what can you really do from this angle? Smoke down, Reck taking point yet again, finds the player, Donut. And M80 just running same strats as before to tremendous success.
Yeah, it's working. They're winning the aim duels, which is also helping their case, Nate. But the strategy, just overwhelming, fast-paced play onto the sites. This time again on towards A, with George Walkowen Jr. waving the white flag of surrender. No, it's not the white with gold fleur-de-lis of Royal France. It is just the white flag of surrender. I know it's always a meme that France has a white flag for a flag, but they actually did have a white flag at one point.
They did.
Beautiful flag, too.
That's the Royal French flag,
Yep.
but not to be mistaken with the real French flag.
Yes, with the gold fleur-de-lis.
Oh, the real French flag is just the white.
Gosh.
Back to our tropes. Back to the old jokes. Back to what we laughed at when we were 10.
Yep.
Bomb goes off without a hitch. 3 players survive, sure, but a tactical timeout, I would say overdue at this stage. With 3 alive, they can at least justify a reinvestment. The money can be shuffled around just so. But there's not much breathing room left for EG in this map, let alone this series. 2 rounds and M80 have it. M80 have their tickets to ESL Challenger Atlanta, the main prize of this event. If EG lose those 2 rounds, they get nothing. This is a qualifier. Either a spot in the tournament or nothing.
Yeah, this is live or die. They have this chance, or they're down 7 rounds, and M80 only need 1 to push their ticket through and make it to ESL Challenger Atlanta on home turf as well. B rush from M80. Look how fast they're already ready to go. Smokes prepped by mobs. Flashes, nades already being thrown in towards the site. That Molotov extinguished. Smoke will be way too late. Makes is in front of it. The counter flashes here from EG. And Automatic will deal with the first in Swisher. That's a big heavy hitter to take down. Walko swings, but Reck and Slacks have answered back to a 3v3. Great flash ping again. Automatic, though, unable to find anything. And I think Reck saw him out in cube. Deals with that. That's a good flash from Slacks that saves Reck's life. There was no way Automatic loses that fight otherwise, but Reck is hitting everything now too. He's right there with Swisher at 16 kills, and Junior is running for the hills. He's running for his life. M80 have gotten to 12.
It isn't the most fanciful Counter-Strike. It's not Counter-Strike that shows that they have a firm understanding of the map. It's that they know they have momentum, they know they're hitting their shots, and most importantly, as a unit, they are vibing. They're going for outright executes towards A twice, and now towards B. The possibility of an outright execute is known to EG, but they aren't respecting the possibility. Surely they aren't that ballsy. And of course, they are exactly so. The Op of Junior forced to capitulate the round. Series point 7 series points, in fact, given to M80, and these kills for Junior are just to stay alive. The money of M80 is bountiful. It does not matter how many bodies they throw at the problem. They will have a full investment in round number 18. EG, things are looking dire from here on out.
Dire, I think, is an understatement, Nate. It's apocalyptic. They have 7 rounds in a row to win. They slip up on 1, or even lose to luck. It's all over. It's a 2-0 M80 scoreline. And M80, fresh back from a European boot camp with a new player in Slacks, are headed to the ATL. Slow pace now from M80. Complete and total turnaround from what they've been doing in the last few rounds, and I kind of like the call. Because now look at EG, they're getting antsy. They're like, okay, what's going on? What's happening? How have they not pushed? What do we do? What do we do? So M80 are just letting EG push out, make moves, and by extension, make mistakes.
That was the word I was going to use. Exactly what EG are at this point. They didn't use attack clause going into this one. Their buy is compromised. They know they have to make up for that less than ideal weaponry in some way, and so their answer is aggression. Down B ramp, 1 went. M80 resting until someone overextends. At the 45 seconds mark, they'll finally make their move. Mobs going into Red House. Might just run into Junior at all times on timing. Junior posted. Junior does not miss the op. You saw it survive in the round prior, and it will have effect here and now. Automatic a second to donut. Black's finally offering some resistance, but he's blindsided from the back. by the very same automatic. Swisher puts him to bed, or puts George to bed, excuse me. It's still a 3 versus 2 for the CT side, and with 20 seconds left, the bomb at automatic's feet. This round feels like a survival round for EG. It seems like they finally have one on the board.
They take down Swish, and reck automatic with the quad. A massive round from him, but is it too little too late? Many would argue yes. It remains to be seen. There is a concrete answer that will be found at the end of this match, whether or not that was too little too late or not. But M80 more than enough money to reinvest, and EG still hemorrhaging light on utility. George with a FAMAS to get a full belt. Junior has that op on the ground. HexT hasn't saved AK. It is far from ideal for the evil geniuses. They put themselves in a very deep hole. Will M80 pick up the pace again, too, is another question. Or will they try and go for a mid-scrim, which looks to be on the cards? A couple smokes used for anybody playing around the edge towards deep CT, or deep T, excuse me, bottom mid. But so far, it's a stalemate, and neither team wants to be the one to initiate contact.
M80 back on mid, now rotating back towards B. 3 players are getting around. They're leaving reck to wreak some havoc. The rest of the squad, those coming over. Swisher is in Jaguar, looking for Walko to get aggressive. Walko will flash in, but he does not expect this off angle. Swisher finds it. Spams more just in case. The op of Slacks a rare miss onto the player towards the back of stairs. That's HexT it long. Only 2 players to defend. Junior on the op has to come in big, as does HexT with more than one. Smoke goes towards long. Molotov towards the pillar of sight. That should force Junior away. The Molotov will delay, but it won't delay for nearly long enough. Automatic. Hoping someone comes. No one is anywhere nearby. Junior. He is holding cave.
He got hit with that.
He finds nothing. He got hit by it. Yep, HexT, though, drops Manx. Swisher knows Junior's here. Nice swing from Swisher. Long can't do much behind the smoke. Spam comes in from Malls. It lands. The Molotov again delaying, but only briefly. Plant will hit dirt, and Automatic's caught with his knife out on the flank. It's just George. 1 versus 4. Smoke fades. The bullet from Slacks does not miss. 13-6. A one-sided affair from M80 to conclude the series, and they have booked their plane tickets to Atlanta.
Only 1 round lost on the T side of things, where I was more concerned for them in this map, but they just step it up again.